The wheat bends low, a sea of gold, under a sky bruised with impending storm. Silence hangs heavy, thicker than the scent of sun-baked earth, a silence that vibrates, hums with the unseen energy of life pushing upwards, straining towards the light. It is a silence that speaks not of emptiness, but of a profound fullness, a waiting, a listening. A crow cries out, a jagged tear in the fabric of the afternoon. Then silence returns, deeper still. I stand here, at the edge of the field, the wind whispering secrets in my ear. Secrets I can almost grasp, almost understand. The colors sear themselves into my soul. The relentless gold of the wheat, the angry blue of the sky, the somber green of the cypress trees standing sentinel against the horizon. These are not just colors, they are emotions made visible, feelings given form. They are the language of a heart that knows too much, feels too deeply, sees too clearly. A heart that breaks open, offering its fragile truth to a world that often refuses to understand. The sun, a molten eye in the darkening sky, watches me. Or perhaps it watches the field, the trees, the crows, sees the same silent drama unfolding in the heart of things, a drama of yearning, of striving, of the desperate need to connect, to be seen, to be loved. I close my eyes, and the colors explode behind my eyelids, a swirling vortex of light and shadow. I feel the rough texture of the earth beneath my feet, the wind whipping through my hair, the weight of the silence pressing down on me. And in that silence, I hear a voice, not an audible voice, but a voice that resonates deep within my bones. A voice that speaks of loneliness and despair, but also of an unshakable faith in the power of beauty, in the enduring strength of the human spirit. It is the voice of a man who painted his soul onto canvas, who poured his heart into every brushstroke, who saw the divine in the humblest of things, a sunflower, a pair of worn shoes, a starry night. He saw the world not as it was, but as it could be, as it should be, filled with light and love and compassion. He saw the beauty in the broken, the hope in the despair, the possibility of redemption in the darkest of nights. And he painted it all with a fervor that bordered on madness, with a passion that consumed him entirely. He painted the silence, the loneliness, the pain, but he also painted the joy, the wonder, the ecstatic beauty of simply being alive. He painted the stars, swirling galaxies of light, distant and unreachable, yet somehow intimately connected to us, to this field, to this moment. He painted the sun, a life-giving force, a symbol of hope and renewal. He painted the earth, our mother, our sustainer, our final resting place. And in his paintings, he spoke a language that transcends words, a language that speaks directly to the soul, a language of color, of light, of texture, of emotion, a language that whispers of the beauty and the pain of being human. The wind shifts, carrying with it the scent of rain. The sky darkens further, and the first drops begin to fall, fat and heavy, soaking into the thirsty earth. The wheat shimmers, a million tiny diamonds catching the fading light. And I know, with a certainty that settles deep in my heart, that even in the midst of the storm, there is beauty to be found. Even in the depths of despair, there is hope to be held on to. Even in the face of silence, there is a voice waiting to be heard. The voice of the sunflowers turning their faces towards the sun. The voice of the cypress trees standing tall and strong against the wind. The voice of the earth patiently waiting for the return of spring. The voice of Van Gogh speaking to us through his paintings, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found, if we only open our eyes and look. The rain intensifies, washing over me, cleansing me, renewing me. I stand here in the middle of the field, letting the rain soak into my skin, feeling the earth beneath my feet, listening to the silence that speaks in color. And in that silence, I hear echoes of his own solitude, the weight of his unspoken words, the burning intensity of his vision. He saw the world with a clarity that was both a blessing and a curse. He saw the beauty that others missed, the hidden poetry in the ordinary, the vibrant colors that lay dormant beneath the surface of things. But he also saw the darkness, the suffering, the pain that permeated existence. And he carried it all within him, transforming it into art, into a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. He wrestled with angels and demons, with doubt and faith, with madness and sanity. And in the end, he found solace, not in the world, but in the act of creation itself. He painted as if his life depended on it, pouring his soul onto the canvas, leaving behind a legacy of beauty and truth that continues to inspire and move us today. The rain begins to subside, the clouds slowly parting to reveal patches of blue sky. A rainbow arcs across the horizon, a fragile bridge between earth and heaven, a promise of hope and renewal. The air is fresh and clean, filled with the scent of wet earth and wildflowers. And I feel a sense of peace settle over me, a sense of connection to something larger than myself. The field of wheat stretches out before me, golden and shimmering, a sea of possibilities. And I know that I am not alone, that we are all connected through the shared experience of being human, through the enduring power of art, through the silent language of color. The sun breaks through the clouds, casting a warm golden light across the landscape. The raindrops clinging to the wheat stalks sparkle like diamonds, reflecting the light back towards the heavens. And I see in that moment with a clarity that pierces through the fog of my own doubts and fears, that beauty can be found even in the midst of suffering, that hope can be found even in the darkest of times, that even in the face of silence there is a voice waiting to be heard, the voice of the human heart, yearning for connection, for meaning, for truth. A bird sings out from a nearby tree, a simple melody of joy and gratitude. And I listen, letting the music wash over me, feeling the warmth of the sun on my skin, breathing in the fresh air, and I know that everything is going to be all right. Not perfect, perhaps, not easy, but all right. Because even in the midst of the storm, there is beauty to be found. Even in the depths of despair, there is hope to be held on to. Even in the face of silence, there is a voice waiting to be heard. The voice of Van Gogh, still speaking to us across the years, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found if we only open our eyes and look, if we only learn to listen to the silence that speaks in color. The light deepens, bathing the field in a warm, golden glow. The air is still, the only sound the gentle rustling of the wheat in the breeze. And I stand here in the middle of the field, feeling the earth beneath my feet, listening to the silence. And I know that I am home, not in a physical place, but in a state of being, a state of peace, of acceptance, of love, a state of being that transcends words, that can only be expressed through the language of color, through the language of the heart. The sun begins to set, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. The colors deepen, becoming richer, more intense. And I watch, mesmerized, as the day fades into night, knowing that tomorrow the sun will rise again, bringing with it a new day, a new beginning, a new opportunity to find beauty, to find hope, to find our own voice in the silence that speaks in color. The rain has stopped. The air is clean, washed, newborn. A lone bird sings, a fragile melody carried on the gentle breeze. The wheat, heavy with water, bows its head in humble reverence. And the sky, a canvas of soft blues and grays, begins to lighten, promising the return of the sun. He saw this, didn't he? He saw the beauty in the aftermath, the quiet resilience of nature, the enduring power of hope. He saw the way the light filtered through the clouds, painting the landscape in ethereal hues. He saw the way the raindrops clung to the leaves, like tiny jewels reflecting the sky. He saw the way the earth drank in the water, renewed and refreshed. And he painted it. He painted it all, with his heart, with his soul, with every fiber of his being. He painted the silence, the stillness, the peace that follows the storm. He painted the promise of a new day, the possibility of a fresh start, the enduring power of love. And now, standing here, in this field, surrounded by the echoes of his vision, I understand. I understand the pain, the loneliness, the despair that haunted him. But I also understand the beauty, the joy, the hope that sustained him. I understand the power of art, the ability to transform pain into beauty, to turn darkness into light, to speak the unspeakable. I understand the importance of silence, the need to listen to the whispers of the soul, the voice that speaks in color. The sun breaks through the clouds, casting a golden glow upon the field. The wheat shimmers, a sea of liquid light. The bird sings louder, its melody filling the air with joy. And I feel a sense of peace, a sense of connection, a sense of belonging. I am a part of this landscape, a part of this moment, a part of this story. I am a part of Van Gogh's vision, a part of the silence that speaks in color. The light warms my skin, seeps into my bones, awakens something deep within me, a longing for simplicity, for truth, for beauty, a desire to connect with the earth, with the sky, with the soul, a yearning to express the inexpressible, to paint the unpaintable, to speak the unspeakable. He understood this yearning, didn't he? He felt it in every brushstroke, in every color, in every line. He felt it in the silence that surrounded him, in the solitude that consumed him, in the dreams that haunted him. And he poured it all onto the canvas, transforming his pain into beauty, his darkness into light, his silence into a symphony of color. The shadows lengthen, stretching across the field, merging with the deepening blue of the sky. The air cools, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and ripening grain. The bird falls silent, its melody fading into the stillness of the evening. And I know that it is time to go, time to leave this field, this moment, this vision. But I will carry it with me, always. I will carry the memory of the light, the scent of the rain, the sound of the silence. I will carry the voice of Van Gogh, whispering in my ear, reminding me that even in the darkest of times, there is always beauty to be found, if we only open our eyes and look. If we only learn to listen to the silence that speaks in color. And as I walk away, leaving the field behind, I feel a sense of gratitude, a sense of hope, a sense of peace, a sense that even in the midst of the chaos and the noise of the world, there is always a place of stillness, a place of beauty, a place of silence, where the soul can find its voice, and where the colors can truly begin to speak. It remains, a lingering, luminous echo. The world continues, but I am forever changed, touched by the hand of a madman, illuminated by the heart of a saint. And the silence now sings.